I think loss is giving me a whole new color palette to work with. Welcome to a brand new cup of day with Jay. It's been a lot going on in the world as of late. We've reached the complete second anniversary of the beginning of COVID. I know for me, definitely, there's been times where I've felt bouts of pandemic fatigue, really just trying to sort through other things. It's so fascinating for it to be connected to Dad's passing. I recently started talking to a therapist about just kind of all of it. It's been the first time in a couple of years that I've gone to see a therapist, which is relieving to some degree, and then also eye-opening in others. Self-discovery and continuing to do the work on ourselves is how, as you continue to go through the journey with everything and grow, new insight, new experience reframes how you might have viewed and processed things earlier in your life. If you have more information, you can make a more informed choice or have a greater understanding of things. And that's really been one of the big ahas as I've kind of gone through everything over the last couple of years. And anytime you go through change and challenge and just deal with things that are beyond your control, because that's the thing, right? Life happens, life will continue to happen. Early on in my journey, I was exposed to the idea that if you're reactive, it's not as powerful as being responsive. Reactive tends to be a bit knee-jerk, whereas responsive tends to be a little bit more thoughtful. So as I've gone through everything, I've taken more time to just reflect and process and not feel like I have to do certain things. It's been very eye-opening. I think in some ways, as much as time has sped by, like, to be honest, it doesn't feel like 2 years has passed. The more things have also slowed down. And recently I started really writing again, which has been good for me. It's a big part of my process in who I am. And I've also just started shooting a lot more photography. Such a huge aha was the realization that I've been making and creating art and putting it out there for over 10 years now. And it's funny because there's that rough estimate that you need to be practicing something for 10 years in order to attain some level of mastery. I often find myself saying jack of all trades, master of none. And I wouldn't consider myself a master artist, but definitely I feel like I can own being an artist and I can vibe with it. So there's beauty in that. I think loss is giving me a whole new color palette to work with. I did that earlier. More recent seasons of loss, you understand the shades a little bit differently. You understand how maybe you don't have to crank something so much here. Maybe it's just 5 degrees there. Yet here we are, humanity, in another war. It's so wild that the first big thing, right when we feel like we've rounded the corner out of COVID, is worldwide conflict. As the economy is tanking, as they predict inflation, or rather hyperinflation. I saw one today, I'd never even heard the term before. It was like subflation or something weird, but we're living in this perpetual laundry machine spin cycle. So where am I going with all of that? gotta just live your life. Take it as it comes, feel what you feel it fully, and then move into the next episode of your journey. And with that, I'm concluding this episode. Thanks for being out there.